Se supone que este es un país que uno sale adelante y yo quise no estar como estaba en Uruguay, estar mejor que en Uruguay. Primero vinieron mis hijos, Karen primero, después vino Fabián y ellos me trajeron a mí. Cuando llegué aquí me puse a trabajar en una fábrica por la noche, a cual no podía dormir de día, era muy difícil poder dormir de día. Tomé clases, cursos para cuidar niños, después empecé a trabajar cuidando niños, después con el tiempo fui a la universidad también aquí, hice muchos cursos, me recibí de maestra, soy maestra preescolar, estoy trabajando hasta el momento con niños, tengo mi propio negocio. Por eso he hecho cursos, voy a la escuela, sigo yendo a la escuela, no me puedo quejar, yo he progresado muchísimo. ...21 Karen, 21 años, ya era mayor. Después su hermano tenía 18 cuando lo trajo. Después vine con mi hija, la más chica, me vine con mi hija más chica.
We did try to get the visa like twice, I think, and they denied it to us. Yeah, so the third one, when we went to try, they gave us the visa only for my mom. They didn't give it for me. So my mom had to make an appointment again, go through the whole process again just for me. And they said yes, so that's how we got here back in 2008.
Mi nuera, que está casada con mi hijo, ella fue la que me motivó a que pusiera un daycare. Y me llevó a tomar las clases, a cual yo iba con miedo, porque no sabía inglés y tenía miedo de todo. Empecé a tener muchas amistades, me metí en los grupos que era todo sobre los niños, tomé muchísima clase, que hoy por hoy tengo 120 certificados. Todo el TACD lo saqué. Ahora, gracias a Dios, tengo papeles ya, pero lo saqué con el TACD.
In the U.S., immigrants are granted documents to work. So it's called an Employment Authorization Document, or a work permit, which is granted to foreign nationals or immigrants here in the U.S. in conjunction with their visas. It gives them a right to work. Once the EAD expires, though, the permit becomes null and their employment is at risk. A foreign national aspiring to open a business or work in the United States needs to determine the legal structure of their business and register the business before receiving licensure.
Antes, cuando yo empecé hace 9 años atrás, en realidad lo podías hacer con el TACD, ahora no sé. Como ha cambiado todo, no sé con qué lo pueden hacer.
We were planning to open a daycare, but there was some mother that lived near us and she needed childcare. And my mom wasn't working by that time. It was like, maybe we had been here for like 2 months or something like that, so my mom offered to help her. And then my mom liked it, and then she decided that she was something that she wanted to do. So she started taking the classes and everything. And then when I turned 16, I got my assistant license so that I could help her work. Before, you weren't required to have anything to open a daycare. It happened back in 2016, actually last year, that they changed the regulations and everything. So now you're required to have documentations to be working as a daycare provider. But my mom was already a citizen here, so she didn't have any problems.
Me gusta mi trabajo, me gusta lo que hago, Los días que no están ellos aquí, está vacío esto. Me hacen falta, los fines de semana me hacen falta. Me hacen falta ellos porque la casa tiene vida cuando están ellos aquí.
Before I came to the United States, I knew it, that this was the only place in the entire world that I could make my dream come true. At that point, I knew that the only way out for me to stay legally in the United States was to marry, to get married. That was the only way back then, and is probably the only way now, unless you apply for asylum or other benefits from immigration. I always wanted to take the biggest challenge when it comes to education, and medicine is with no doubt, probably the most difficult degree that anybody can, is the longest degree, you know, I mean, it's very long. You know, 4 years in medical school, and then you have to go another 4 years in specialty, internship. You know, there's so many things to get a medical degree, so I wanted to take the challenge.
Education was always big for him. He understood that in this country, you know, nothing's given to you. You have to earn it. You have to work for it. And he did a great job in instilling that drive in us. And that's one of the things I'm very grateful to have, you know, such a father like him who pushed us.
I was so happy and so grateful to be part of the American dream that I joined the United States Army.
We've got all your medical jobs, from basic, like a combat medic job, to operating room specialist or x-ray technicians, dental techs, anything you can think of in like a hospital setting, we have a job for that.
And after spending 4 years active and another 6 years in the reserve, I took advantage of all the benefits they give to the soldiers, like, you know, educational benefits. I took those educational benefits and I went to medical school back into the Dominican Republic, now this time as a citizen of the United States.
The inspiration of his immigrant story has enabled me to strive, to work harder. It's almost a sense of being in debt and a sense of gratitude.
Thank you for taking that risk, you know, because you're coming to the country, not speaking the language, not having a lot of family here. It's completely unknown. And as a young man, he took the risk because he had a dream and he had a vision. And I would just like to say, you know, Dad, thank you for following your dreams and listening to your heart and working as hard as you did.
En realidad, lo único que me preocupa es, lo único que me cuesta, no me preocupa, que me cuesta es el idioma. Yo incluso estoy yendo a la escuela. Voy a la escuela, voy a la universidad, a la de carne. Estoy yendo 2 veces a la semana.
Definitely, I wouldn't have been able to pursue a higher education if I was in Uruguay. Now, I'm a full-time student at Future State, doing a double major in human services and psychology. My goal is to get my master's in human resource and business administration. So hopefully, I'll get into graduate school right after.
I instilled in my children those principles that I learned through the Bible and through the United States Army and through life in general. And thanks God, they became good kids. They all 3 professionals, good people. You know, you see my son, Dennis Bradley Jr., he's into politics now in Bridgeport, Connecticut. You Google my son's name, Dennis Bradley Jr., and you're going to see a young, good-looking man, successful attorney at a young age. And just until recently, he was the president of the Board of Education in Bridgeport, Connecticut. I mean, this is the person that had to make decisions when it comes to hiring principals, hiring teachers, budgeting for the school system in Bridgeport. Come on, you know what I mean? This is my son. You know what I mean? So it's not that just I have given to this country my own life and my own resources, but also my family continue to follow the same trend. And that's good.
It's funny that we're talking about this, and it's funny that, you know, we have an immigrant perspective, especially in this day and age where we have a president and a party that's kind of very anti-immigrant. It's, you know, immigrants, from my experience, are really the salt of the earth. And without them in America, without people like my father and my mother and so many other people who came from Ireland with potato famines, who came from France with world wars, and Germany with persecution, and, you know, and so on and so forth. Without those people who have experienced so much hardship, without people having those experiences and really wanting to be something else, wanting to really make something of themselves, America wouldn't be America. I mean, that is kind of the quintessential essence of what America is.
And you know, in America, where majority of people are white, you get someone black becoming the president. This is a God-blessing country, a God-blessed country, and look at me, you know what I mean. And people, I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of this country. That's why I say, you know what, I'm gonna pay back to this country by doing some military service, and even if I have to give my life for this country, I'm gonna give it, and I will proudly give my life for this country if I have to, even to this day. If they call me back to the army and say, hey, you put your uniform back, you're going back to Iraq, or you're going to anywhere in the world, I would gladly put my uniform, my boots, and pick up my rifle and follow through. That's how grateful I am to this great country. God bless America.